The movie opens with a woman named Echa sharing her personal story. She explains that she has the same recurring dream every single night. She's inside a massive house, and every day a strikingly handsome man appears and comes to her. But tonight feels different. While Echa is deep in this dream, in the real world, a demonic presence is right there with her. It's obvious from this that Echa has fallen under the influence of a malevolent spirit. Later that night, when her husband finally gets home, Echa's eyes snap open. She's relieved to see him, yet furious because he arrives so late every evening. In frustration, she snaps at him to put everything back in its proper place. He does as told, but then a sinister, unseen force, a demonic hand, scatters everything around the room, making Echa even angrier. This sparks an argument between Echa and her husband. In a rage, he storms out of the house without touching his dinner. The following day at work, Echa confides in her friend about all the stress she's under. She confesses that her husband seems like a completely different person now. He barely pays any attention to her anymore. Her friend gently points out that Echa has changed too. She no longer dresses up for him or speaks to him with affection. The friend advises her to make an effort tonight, get dressed up nicely, and show him some warmth. Meanwhile, her husband Ariel is also troubled. He opens up to his boss about how Echa isn't happy these days. The boss encourages him to have a heartfelt conversation with her that evening. When Ariel arrives home that night, Echa has prepared herself beautifully. She greets him with love and tenderness, and the evening turns into a wonderful time for both of them. Just as Echa had hoped, Ariel shows her real affection. Yet throughout, we catch glimpses of the demon lurking nearby, watching her. Eventually, Echa drifts off to sleep and slips back into the familiar dream. The same handsome man is there again. But this time, he's furious. He warns her coldly, "You will never escape my hold." The words jolt Echa awake in terror. In the dream, the man had placed a flower on her belly. When she wakes up, to her shock, the exact same flower is resting on her stomach in reality. But Ariel is nowhere to be found. She heads downstairs and discovers that he has already made breakfast for her. They both apologize sincerely for their recent mistakes and agree to start fresh. That day, as Echa heads to work, she spots the same flower again, this time in the storage room. When she reaches for it, someone else grabs it first. She turns around, and there stands the handsome man from her dreams, now appearing in the real world and approaching her. For some reason she can't explain, Echa feels overwhelming fear. Then she glances in a mirror and becomes even more terrified. In her reflection, a demonic figure is clearly visible. Overcome by fear, she starts to vomit. She rushes to the bathroom and her friend hurries after her. Echa leaves without a word. But her friend is stunned by what she sees in the vomit. There are traces of blood and strange insects mixed in. That evening, Echa meets up with her sister. It becomes clear that Echa has always adored children. Despite being perfectly healthy, she and Ariel have never been able to have any. The doctor prescribed her some medications. She messages Ariel to pick them up. When he receives the text, he's puzzled because it shows Echa standing in an abandoned building. He calls out to her, but she bolts away. Ariel chases after her. Then he witnesses something horrifying. Echa's body begins to distort unnaturally. Her abdomen swells dramatically. Screaming in agony, she suddenly appears to give birth to a child. But this child is far from human. It resembles a demonic entity. The creature turns toward Ariel. Echa watches with an eerie, unnatural smile. Terrified, Ariel flees the scene. Outside, he collides with his boss. Ariel pours out the entire terrifying experience, how Echa had pursued him and how bizarre everything felt. But when he looks back, no one is there. Ariel returns home. When he arrives, Echa seems completely normal again. She speaks to him sweetly as though nothing unusual occurred. Yet Ariel acts distant, which Echa notices right away. Ariel tells her quietly, "Tomorrow morning, I'm calling a healthcare professional." With that, he goes to bed. All night long, he replays those frightening events in his mind. The next morning, the healthcare worker Ariel contacted arrives at the house. She begins giving Echa a gentle massage. After some time, she informs Ariel, "Your wife is 3 months pregnant." Echa's eyes light up with pure joy at the news, but Ariel's expression turns to dismay. For the last 6 months, they haven't been intimate at all. That makes this pregnancy impossible. Ariel confides this detail to his boss. The boss suggests he speak openly and honestly with Echa. Etcha, meanwhile, is overjoyed, like she's discovered something priceless. She arrives at the office. She excitedly shares the pregnancy news with everyone, but her friend isn't celebrating. Just 2 days earlier, she had seen blood and insects in Etcha's vomit, clearly an ominous sign. Etcha brushes off her concerns. She immerses herself in her happiness. Later in the parking lot, Ariel hears a baby's cries coming from a car. He approaches and opens the door. Inside sits a demonic-looking child. Its red eyes and twisted features cause Ariel to faint in horror. He flees the area. Behind him, we see the same demon cradling the child. Ariel returns home. Now suspicious, he checks Etcha's phone. He finds messages with a man. When he questions her, Etcha explains it's just her childhood friend who recently had a fight with his wife and needed someone to talk to. Nothing romantic is going on. Etcha senses Ariel's growing doubt. Angrily, she declares, "Tomorrow we'll go to the lab. I'll prove this child is yours." The next day, they visit the hospital. The doctor examines her and states clearly, Etcha is not pregnant at all. The doctor explains that intense emotional pressure to become a mother can cause the body to mimic pregnancy symptoms. The healthcare worker had only observed physical changes in appearance, but there was no actual pregnancy. Etcha is devastated by the news. Ariel feels deep regret for doubting her without cause. Heartbroken, Etcha turns to her friend and explains the whole situation. Her friend insists that what Etcha is experiencing isn't normal at all. She takes Etcha to meet her teacher, Jenny. The moment Jenny sees Etcha, she senses something is terribly wrong. A dark shadow looms behind Etcha. Jenny invites them in. She explains about evil spirits that destroy human marriages. She asks Etcha if she's had unusual dreams or visions. When Etcha describes her recurring dreams, Jenny concludes that Etcha is under the influence of a particular type of jinn, one that targets women to shatter homes and relationships. Etcha then mentions the supposed pregnancy. Jenny assures her it's all an illusion. Etcha is in rough shape emotionally. Her friend stays by her side for hours until Etcha falls asleep. Afterward, the friend heads home. On the way, she notices a small cat in the road. She moves it to safety so it won't get hurt, but then she gets an uneasy feeling. She turns around, and the same jinn stands before her, the very entity she was trying to protect Etcha from. Now enraged, the jinn attacks her instantly. In seconds, she's gone. Etcha witnesses this horror in her dream and wakes up in panic. She hears odd noises outside. Trembling, she steps out. She's frozen in shock. Her friend lies dead exactly as in the dream. The loss shatters Etcha. She blames herself completely. Her friend died because of her. When Ariel gets home, he finds Etcha sobbing uncontrollably. She tells him everything. Hearing it, Ariel is shaken to his core. As Etcha cries, her abdomen begins to swell again, as if she's truly pregnant. Both are terrified by the sight. The next morning, Etcha finally opens up to Ariel about the dreams she has every night, the ones Jenny identified as induced by the jinn. Now Ariel fully believes they need help. They decide to return to Jenny. Jenny had already anticipated their trouble and is ready to assist. This marks the beginning of Etcha's exorcism process, but this entity is exceptionally strong. During the ritual, the demon enters Etcha's body. In a chilling voice, it declares, "You can never remove this spirit from her. In another realm, Etcha is married to me." Everyone is stunned. The demon leaves Etcha's body momentarily, but Etcha suffers intense pain. Jenny explains to Ariel that this jinn preys on couples who genuinely love one another. It's crucial to break its hold. Jenny provides them with sacred verses to recite every day. For the next 14 days, Ariel and Etcha faithfully read those verses. Slowly, their life returns to normal. The nightmares stop. Things seem peaceful again. But one day, Ariel announces he has to travel for work. It might take several days. He hates leaving Etcha vulnerable, but the job could fix their financial struggles. Etcha reassures him she'll be fine. After Ariel leaves, Etcha recites the verses that night and goes to bed. But tonight, the room feels off. The demon has returned. The next morning at the office, everyone looks strange to Etcha. The employees' eyes have changed. Their faces appear monstrous. In unison, they chant, "Etcha, you cannot leave me." Terrified, she flees. That night, she calls her sister over. She explains everything to Ariel over the phone. Ariel urgently tells her sister, "Don't let Etcha fall asleep. Last time she did, her friend was killed. If she sleeps again, the demon will strike." Ariel keeps talking, but Etcha grows drowsy despite herself. She slips into a deep sleep. Her sister tries desperately to wake her but fails. Suddenly, the demon manifests. It attacks Etcha's sister, lifting her and slamming her down. The sister flees the room, but an invisible power grabs her and hurls her against the wall. She collapses unconscious. Moments later, Etcha awakens. Her stomach swells once more. Racked with pain, she grows furious and heads downstairs. She doesn't see her sister near the stairs. In desperation, Etcha grabs a hanger and tries to harm herself to end the pregnancy, but it doesn't work. Then Ariel arrives. Horrified by her state, he tries to rouse his sister-in-law. Together, they rush Etcha to Jenny's place. Jenny is prepared. He's gathered others to help. They begin a powerful exorcism. The room fills with prayers and a heavy, eerie atmosphere. Meanwhile, in Etcha's dream, we enter the jinn's realm. Even there, the prayers echo in her ears. She longs to follow them and escape the darkness, but the jinn blocks her path. He snarls, "You will never leave my realm. You belong to me alone." Terrified, Etcha runs. The jinn pursues and seizes her. Instantly, possession takes hold. Etcha awakens in the real world. Her bed levitates. Everyone intensifies their prayers. The jinn tries to intimidate Jenny too, but Jenny persists. Gradually, the demon weakens and Etcha loses its grip. Ariel begins reciting his verses aloud. In her dream, Etcha hears Ariel calling her. "I need you. Come back to me." Drawing strength, Etcha fights back in the jinn's world. She joins in reciting the prayers echoing from reality. The dark realm cracks and begins to burn, crumbling apart. Back in the real world, the possession shatters. Through Jenny's efforts, Etcha is freed. Finally, she is liberated from the jinn. Ariel and her sister are overjoyed to see her safe. 6 years later, Etcha's life has returned to normal. She now has 2 wonderful children. One day, while the kids play outside, Etcha's sister steps out to bring them in, but she spots a stranger nearby. He appears human, yet his eyes carry that same malevolent glint. It's the same evil spirit. He never truly left Etcha. He simply withdrew, biding his time. And with that chilling quiet, the film fades to black. We then see an interview with the real woman whose life inspired this story. The movie concludes here.